Does anybody know why they have titled today Black Friday? It seems like that's kind of a negative term, but apparently it's working. People are shopping. Let me know if you're going to be going out into the stores today, and will you be spending more or less than last year? I have never gone shopping on Black Friday. I've never stepped foot in a store or gone online to buy anything on Black Friday, but maybe you're different. Let me know. But apparently, a lot of people do it. Speaking of buying or selling, the stock market this morning is slightly up. It's expected to be up on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. And if it's not up today, then it will not be the expected. But it started off better and it's kind of come down. Could be a lot of volatility. And of course, it's a short day. What do we know for sure this morning? Let's take a look here. Elon says the RoboVan is coming. He gives no specifics about that. He doesn't say whether it's next week, next month, next year, but he says it's coming. So there's been a lot of show and tell on RoboVan in the last few days. So maybe it's going to happen sooner than later. I don't expect it to be much of a needle mover, but maybe it will. It will certainly be like the Cybertruck, to the extent that anybody buys them, it will be visible. It will be another item that draws attention to the Tesla brand. Okay, this is according to Open App. I don't think I've ever, is that correct? Is it Open App? Yeah, that's correct. Cathie Wood and Peter Thiel are taking very different approaches to Tesla, according to this. It's highlighting a clash of investor strategies and risk uh, uh, perspectives. In other words, the direction that each of them is taking right now. According to Tesla, according to the article, rather, Tesla continues to draw intense um, attention as Wall Street and top investors from Wall Street and Tesla investors like Cathie Wood has is personally bullish, as we know. She's got a very substantial $2,700 price target for 2030. But that contrasts with Peter Thiel, who has recently been selling. So Cathie Wood, she has also been selling actually, but it's not abnormal for her. She says, she has to trim. She likes to keep it around 10%. She hasn't been as low as 10% for a long, long time. But every time that it goes more than 10%, not by her purchasing more, but rather by the valuation going up, you can tend to see her selling and putting more money into things I think that she considers to be, fit her criteria for having a tremendous growth over the next 10 years. I'm sorry, 5 years, for 5 years, 5 years. Then we get to Peter Thiel. Well, Peter Thiel is a Tesla bull, and he holds a fairly good sized amount of stock, but he has been selling not because of any of the reasons you might think, but because of his concerns about the situation with AI. He does believe it's a bubble. We've been discussing that all last week. Whether there is a bubble, how does Tesla play into the bubble? Uh, uh, Almost certainly all the co-hosts on this channel and most of the people that I read don't think that even if there is a bubble, and I don't think there's a bubble, even if there is a bubble, Tesla would not be you shouldn't be concerned as a Tesla stockholder about the Tesla bubble, because Tesla is making real world AI products. We actually know, I mean, is there any doubt in your mind that if we have full self-driving, I mean, if the cars do 100% of what they're supposed to do, that there won't be lots and lots of sales of those vehicles, and that we won't be able to make much higher margins than we are now, and that we won't sell way more FSD, and that we won't have a robotaxi fleet out there that will be able to outcompete every other robotaxi fleet of any kind that's currently being shown. So I'm not sure where Peter Thiel is thinking that the AI problem with Tesla is part of the greater problem that some people do see that, quite frankly, right now I don't see. I don't think there's an AI bubble anytime soon. Could happen, Could happen, and it could be come from a direction that none of us are expecting it to come from. Business Insider this morning says that Tesla is going to go on the offensive in its campaign to roll out its self-driving tech in Europe. The EV maker is offering full self-driving rides along in Germany, full self-driving ride-alongs in Germany, Italy, and France this past month. It gets closer and closer to actually introducing FSD in Europe. They're running into problems, of course, with U.S. regulators, and Elon has been very, let's say, uh, he's been outspoken this weekend. The article continues that the automaker, meaning Tesla, said in a Saturday X post that after pushing hard to ship FSD in Europe for over a year, it expected to get approval from the Dutch regulator, RDW, in February of 2026. However, the regulator shot back, quickly fired back, saying that although the agency had drawn up a schedule to grant approval by February, it remains to be seen whether the timeline will be met. The RDW also asked Tesla fans to please stop contacting them after the company called on European owners to get in touch with the regulator and express your excitement over the future that FSD might provide. Tesla's been testing full self-driving for months on European roads, posting videos of cars driving through the streets of Rome and through the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. Let me tell you, I'll tell you a story about the Arc de Triomphe when we last visited Paris. Business Insider previously reported that Tesla employees working on FSD approval have expressed impatience with the extensive testing required by the Dutch regulatory officials, with one employee telling officials that FSD approval was a mission critical to Tesla's leadership. CEO Elon Musk has regularly complained that European bureaucracy is holding up Tesla's attempt to roll out the self-driving tech. He actually called it Kafkaesque, the labyrinth of regulations, and predicted that Tesla's sales in Europe would surge once the company got the regulatory green light. Tesla could use the boost. The company's sales have been off in Europe, according to the article. 50%. A lot of people talk about a 50% reduction in European sales last month, but they're not taking into consideration all of the places where the Berlin is shipping. In fact, we'll talk about that more in a second. Well, right here, Mario Nathal is saying this morning that Tesla's Giga Berlin is ramped to 2 shifts as Model Y demand surges globally. Demand for the Model Y is on absolute fire. Plant manager Andre Thiel confirmed that the German factory has been running 2 shifts since September in order to handle surging global orders. So when I first read this, I was like, yeah, we already knew that they went to the second shift, but apparently the second shift continues because there's a lot of places other than Germany, France, etc., that are looking for the cars. And as you've seen the numbers in Norway recently, it's going crazy. So the facility now exports to over 30 markets, including Canada, for instance, where shipments increased after U.S. tariff disputes made European production more attractive. According to Thiel, we deliver to well over 30 markets and definitely see a positive trend there. Meanwhile, in Norway, we just talked about, breaking records, all-time annual vehicle sales ever, beating Volkswagen in 2016. Craziest part, this is even before FSD is available. So imagine when we actually get what we have now, just the regular FSD, not even unsupervised, not even robotaxi, but just FSD, it becomes available in Europe. Imagine what happens to car sales then. So users are describing the 14.2.1. Oh, did you know that? If you're paying attention, you probably knew that on Thursday morning, 14.2.1 came out, and it's being described as mind-blowing, life-changing, the best combo of V13 predictability with V14 features. 80% of the reporting right now is zero interventions on routine drives. It's a step forward on unsupervised FSD per Elon Musk's hints, but the refinements needed for profiles and parking in unstructured area, they're getting better and better, but there's still little quirks here and there that people are concerned about. Expect version 14.3 soon for further tweaks. I think maybe we'll still see 14.2.2, 14.2.3, maybe before we get to 14.3. All that I think will happen rapidly. It looks to me like they're really, really getting to the finish line here. Maybe some of you have also know that with 14.2, they put up this new thing that's kind of gamifying the FSD drive. And the gamification is that it tells you what percentage of your overall driving is on FSD. And so now people are proudly showing screenshots of literally screenshots, taking pictures of the screen in their car, showing that they're at 100% or 99%. And so this becomes a game where people try to keep their number up as high as possible. We also saw over the weekend, that's pretty funny. Thursday felt like a weekend, maybe for you. By the way, I took a 180-mile trip with my wife down to La Jolla. From the time that, now this is not 13, this is not 14, this is 12.6, 180 miles back and forth to La Jolla, and no, zero interventions, not a single one, not in La Jolla, not in my hometown here in Riverside, not on the freeways. Got to the point where I kind of a couple of times was, oh shoot, I need to pay closer attention. But the FSD was not arguing with me or telling me that I was not paying good enough attention. And that brings up another point, which you may or may not have heard about. The nag has been reduced in 14.2.1. People are talking about a 15-second nag. As opposed to maybe a 5-second. It's probably not even, maybe it's 5-second on the current cars. Anyway, that's pretty exciting. All right, so we got Randy Kirk here. Did you know that? I'm going to have to say it. Subscribe. Hit like too. It only takes a second to hit that like button. But man, subscriptions are way low because I'm not saying it. So I'm going to say it. You need to subscribe. Please hit subscribe. If you're not subscribing, why not? It helps the channel a ton. Just hit subscribe, pretty please. Okay. And then we really need to boost that up a lot. And then, of course, I'd love to have you join Patreon. And I really want you to join Patreon right now. Of course, what do you think I want you to do? I want you to buy the book, and buy them for your friends. Only the people you love. Yes. And you should also start buying. I can't grab my robo. I should have put it out where I could easily get access to it. But, we do have that Cybertruck bottle opener. We've already gotten our first order for that for Christmas. So maybe it's time for you to do that as well. The information on the book, the information on Patreon, the information on the bottle openers, all down below in the description. Okay, the Chicago Business Barometer says that the barometer fell dramatically in the last reporting period, down 7.5 points to 36.3 in November. The index is below 40 for the first time since January. Has remained below 50 for 24 consecutive months. So, but the overall beige report, if you were listening the other day, or you tuned in, the overall beige report, which goes to all 12 regions of the country, was saying, yeah, it's kind of meh out there, but not horrible. And that's even considering the fact that we had the government shutdown, which Secretary Bessent says will cut the GDP by 1.5% for the fourth quarter. Now, the GDP now number is still at 3.9 for the third quarter. It's dropped a little bit from 4.2, but 3.9 is still a very strong number. And there's some reporting that the fourth quarter GDP now number is at 2.75, but I couldn't confirm that anywhere. I know I said it on the channel the other day. I could not confirm it anywhere. I've been promising you that I would look into the U.S. natural gas issue. So I got a couple of things to say about that this morning. The natural gas exports are poised to reach all-time highs this month, and that's helping to stabilize prices in Asia and Europe, but it's increasing the prices here. Futures for natural gas also climbed as trading resumed on the CME after a data center they had a data center problem this morning. Anyway, so we're seeing the price of gas go up in the United States, but I've been mentioning it for a week now. I've been saying, wow, we got to get these prices down, and we do. And electricity prices are up also. So I do believe that utility prices will be a talking point, soon. Like in December, I think we'll start seeing the people's gas prices, electricity prices being a talking point, especially because I think food prices are going to continue to come down. Gasoline prices are not going to go up. They're fine. Housing prices are going to stay fine. So all these things will be fine. And so the liberals, the other side of the aisle will need a new talking point. And we're already getting, of course, the healthcare insurance, the Affordable Care Act insurance prices. Now, this is not regular insurance companies raising their prices. This is ACA raising its prices. And so I don't know why that's a good talking point for the Democrats, but okay, if that's what you want to use. Anyway, so it's not quite as bad as I was worried about. It's way higher in 22. It was way higher in 2019. So we're not up to those crazy highs where everybody was going, oh my gosh, when they opened their bill, but it's still high. And we'll look at that number in just a second here. 47% for the President of the United States this morning in terms of his approvals. And then we've got 2.46, which is up a little bit this morning on the overnights with Trueflation. You've got the goods at 2.36, which is still outstanding. Core at 2.17. I think that's down just it's either, anyway, it's really, really good. You got services at 2.53. That is definitely up a bit. And you've got the PCE at 2.36. I think that is up a little bit also this morning. All right, so that's where all that's standing right now. What about the markets? Tesla is sitting at just under 428, 427.94. That is up just 0.32% this morning. It was much higher this morning. It was over 430 for a bit. The Dow Jones is actually going up today, so it's going counter the NASDAQ. The Dow is up 0.80 this morning, and the NASDAQ is up 0.31, S&P up 0.232. I'm having difficulty seeing this morning. I don't know why. The Magnificent Seven, you got 3 up and 3 down, with NVIDIA down 1.45 this morning. So that's been, is almost as volatile as Tesla recently. Got the VIX has also been volatile. That's pretty funny. The VIX has been volatile and right now is sitting down. So yes, back down to 1675. That's really good. And the Cathie Woods are all up this morning. I mean, really nicely up this morning. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the bonds because that is usually a clue as to what's happening with Cathie Wood stocks. No, they're up. It's up. It's up. It's up 3.1 basis points. In fact, 4029. That's not, you know how much I hate that, right? We have got oil this morning up 50 cents. Natural gas up another 3.95 to 474. That's the highest I've seen it. I think that's the highest it's been this year. So it does continue to be a concern, part of the wall of worry. Gold is up this morning, $27. Silver is up even more. There was articles this morning about silver because it's just going up so crazy. It's up 4% this morning. Is somebody trying to game the market? Don't know for sure, but we're now at 58.82. That is really high. Okay, copper's up 1.84 this morning. It's back up to 528. I don't know that we've had any more shutdowns or worries about mines, so that's getting very, very close to the highs that it was just a few weeks ago when we did have the big shutdown. Now, that mine is only 75% recovered last I checked, which means that there is still a 25% shortage coming from that particular mine. All right, you've got the dollar looking to me like it's up a little bit this morning. We've got Bitcoin definitely up this morning, 1191. up all the way back up to 92.6. That's still, of course, way, 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 way off 124. It's all-time high, but at least trending in the right direction for those who are invested in Bitcoin. You got Ethereum up just exactly the same amount as Bitcoin on a percentage basis, 1.32 this morning. All right, later on this morning, we've got Larry Goldberg, who will be on probably early, probably 3-ish, I'm going to guess right now. And then after that, Bradford Ferguson, who missed on Thursday because of Turkey Day, has said, hey, I'd love to be on Friday since Brian Wang is traveling. And so that'll be Bradford Ferguson on the late show around probably 7-ish, probably right around there. Well, I want to say normal stuff this morning. It won't be terribly normal because it'll be 𝐶RN Basher, and more 𝐶RN Basher. I think 𝐶RN Basher will be appearing 3 times this weekend. So that's pretty good, huh? I mean, lots of CERN. We'd like to see CERN. But these are going to be special shows. He and I have lined up a couple of really special shows for you this weekend. So look forward to those. As far as yesterday night was concerned, yes, there was a 𝐶RN Basher last night. So if you can't get enough CERN, you should go back and check out 𝐶RN Basher last night. I'll put that card up right there. I think that's all I got for you right now. Let's look forward. It's only a partial day today. Maybe Tesla can get back above 430 today. We'll see what happens as we report later. It's been great talking to you.